Ferrari's 2025 priority plan has just been leaked, revealing some jaw-dropping strategies that could shape the future of the Scuderia. With the 2026 regulation changes on the horizon, teams face one of the toughest challenges in F1 history. How do you balance developing for this year, next year, and the future? Ferrari seems to have made their choice, and it's a bold one. Reports suggest they're going all in on 2025, dedicating the first 4 months of this season to perfecting their current car before shifting focus to 2026. But is this the right move? Could this finally be the year Ferrari breaks their championship drought? Or are they risking it all for short-term glory? Stick around as we break down every detail of this leaked plan, analyze what it means for Ferrari, and explore how it stacks up against the competition. And hey, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Let's get started. The 2025 season is shaping up to be one of the most critical years in recent F1 history. Why? Because 2026 is bringing a massive overhaul in regulations, new engines, new aerodynamics, the works. Teams are scrambling to balance their resources between this year, next year, and the future. For Ferrari, the priority is clear. They're going all in 2025. According to the leaked plan, the first 4 months of this season will be dedicated to perfecting the SF25, their 2025 car. After that, the focus shifts to 2026. But here's the kicker. Ferrari isn't just splitting their resources. They're assigning specific teams to work on each project. A select group of engineers will focus solely on the 2026 car, dubbed the Ferrari 678 project, while the rest of the team hammers away at the SF25. It's a bold strategy, but will it pay off? Ferrari has 900 hours of wind tunnel testing allocated for this year, and they're splitting it 600 to 300. 2/3 of that time will go to the SF25, while the remaining third is earmarked for the 2026 car. This makes sense when you consider that the SF25 is reportedly 99% different from last year's car. They've got a lot of ground to cover, and they're not holding back. But here's where it gets interesting. Ferrari isn't the only team making these tough decisions. Midfield teams like Sauber and Haas are reportedly already dedicating more than 50% of their resources to the 2026 car. Meanwhile, Ferrari is holding firm, prioritizing 2025. Is this the right call? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Ferrari isn't playing it safe. While Ferrari is doubling down in 2025, other teams are taking a different approach. Red Bull, for example, has made it clear that they're focusing more on this year than next. Sound familiar? It's the same strategy they used in 2021, and we all know how that turned out. Mercedes, on the other hand, is reportedly putting a lot of work into their 2026 car, much like they did in 2021 when they prioritized the 2022 regulations. And then there's Cadillac. Yes, Cadillac. As a new team, they've got a whopping 1,380 hours of wind tunnel time, and they're not constrained by having to develop a car for this year. Could they be the dark horse of 2026? It's definitely a possibility. Let's zoom in on Ferrari's 2026 project, the Ferrari 678. This is where things get really intriguing. The team has assigned a dedicated group of engineers to work exclusively on this car, completely separate from the SF25 team. The idea is to ensure that the 2026 car benefits from a clean slate approach, free from the compromises of balancing two projects. But here's the catch. Discoveries made during the development of the SF25 could still influence the 2026 car. Ground effect, aerodynamics, and other innovations could carry over, so the two teams will need to stay connected. It's a delicate balancing act, but if anyone can pull it off, it's Ferrari. Can Ferrari actually win in 2025? The team came agonizingly close last year, and they're clearly determined to make it happen this time around. But with Red Bull, McLaren, and Mercedes all in the mix, it's not going to be easy. Ferrari's decision to prioritize the SF25 for the first 4 months of the season could give them an edge, but it's a risky move. If they fall behind in the development race for 2026, they could be playing catch-up for years to come. On the flip side, if they nail both seasons, they could cement themselves as the dominant force in F1 for the foreseeable future. It's a high-stakes gamble, but as they say, no risk, no reward. For us fans, this is shaping up to be one of the most exciting seasons in recent memory. The battle for supremacy isn't just about this year, it's about the future of the sport. Ferrari's strategy is a bold one, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out. Will they finally break their championship drought? Or will their focus on 2025 leave them vulnerable in 2026? One thing's for sure, we're in for a wild ride. Let's not forget the role of leadership in all of this. Leclerc, who joined Ferrari from Mercedes, is effectively running the show now. His vision for the team is clear: prioritize 2025 without completely neglecting 2026. Serra's experience at Mercedes, where he was part of the team that dominated the turbo hybrid era, gives him a unique perspective. He knows what it takes to win, and he's not afraid to make tough decisions. But will his strategy pay off? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: Ferrari is in good hands. Of course, no discussion about Ferrari's future would be complete without mentioning their drivers, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Both drivers have proven themselves to be among the best on the grid, and their input will be crucial in developing both the SF25 and the Ferrari 678. Leclerc, in particular, has been vocal about his desire to bring a championship to Ferrari. Will this be the year he finally does it? And what about Sainz? He's been a consistent performer, and his feedback could be invaluable in fine-tuning the car. The driver factor is often overlooked, but it could be the key to Ferrari's success. Let's take a moment to talk about the risks and rewards of Ferrari's strategy. On the one hand, focusing on 2025 could give them a significant advantage this season. They'll have more time to perfect the SF25, which could translate into more wins and ultimately a championship. But on the other hand, neglecting 2026 could come back to haunt them. If they fall behind in the development race, they could be playing catch-up for years to come. It's a high-stakes gamble, but one that could pay off big time if they get it right. Ferrari's bold commitment to 2025 sets the stage for a thrilling season, but it also carries significant risks. By prioritizing short-term success, they could gain a competitive edge, yet the looming 2026 regulation changes remain a major challenge. Their ability to balance both projects will define their long-term trajectory. If Ferrari executes this strategy flawlessly, they may finally reclaim championship glory. However, if miscalculated, they risk falling behind their rivals for years to come. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain: this gamble will shape the future of both Ferrari and Formula One. Alright guys, that's it for today's deep dive into Ferrari's 2025 priority plan. What do you think about their strategy? Do you believe focusing on 2025 is the right move? Or should they be putting more resources into 2026? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.